Hello, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Black as Fuck with Mo Hill. I'm your girl, Mo Hill, and these are my beautiful guests today. I know it's been a while. But I'm back. So don't worry no more. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my beautiful guests. We're going to start from this end. We're going to work our way on down. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them where they can follow you if you want to. I had a guest on here who didn't want y'all to know nothing about her but her name. So it's completely up to you what you want to share.
I am Latanya Haynes, and you can follow me on IG at Loving My Skin. That's LUVINMISKIN.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Monique Ibrahim. You can follow me at IG at lockedinlove_ATL.com. Well, not .com, just lockedinlove_ATL.
Okay. She will have a website. I guess that needs to be done.
She put it out.
She put it out.
I am Teach Ho. I said Ho.
She do be teaching hoes. Well,
Host of ATL's Trivia Night. You can follow me on ATL Singles Trivia or ATL's Couples Trivia.
Hello, my name is Mulatto Chevelle, and that is on all platforms, Mulatto Chevelle.
all right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for coming on out today. And as usual, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, stop this video and subscribe now, and make sure your notifications are on. So I want to ask you, ladies, what are some things that you guys like about or love about Black men? Anybody can go first. Don't be shy.
I'll go first. So I love a nice dressed, clean shaved, smelling good, educated. Like I really like a man who knows himself and what he wants. So it's like you don't get that often, but I know it's still some of y'all out there.
Right.
It's still some of y'all out there, so it's hard, but
Okay, we're gonna go because we said what you like. Wait, come back. What you like about Black men? I'm gonna go next. I love some things that I love about Black men. I love the way y'all tell jokes. I think you guys are very, very funny. I love a good smelling man. Ooh, that I can just, oh my God, I can just nuzzle right there in the neck. I love a nice beard on a man. I mean, clean, not with little stuff, the little beef, but I love like a really nice beard. I love when a man can walk into a room and just speak and just take over the entire room with his confidence and his suave and his just being a man. Like, you just give that big dick energy. I love that. This is my show, so I can say what I want to say. My shit.
the swag.
Love a man with some swag, okay?
Okay, I'll go next. I like the relatability that I have with a Black man. I don't feel like, and it's not that I have anything against other races or cultures, but I feel like who's gonna relate to what I go through, other than a Black man that also has a Black mama, a Black father, like who else would I relate to like that? And I love the protection I feel. I know some women say they don't feel protected by Black men. I do for the most part, and I love that.
I agree with that. I just love the essence of a Black man. Like it's the foundation that the Black man brings to a household. We have a strong Black man, strong Black woman. That's why they got so many Planned Parenthoods in our community, because they don't want that. It's like it's just power in the Black man. So.
I agree. Well, when you first asked the question, it made me think that's such a broad statement because not all Black men are the same.
Yeah.
But the specific type of Black man that I feel like just can make you between your legs tingle a little bit, is the sense of protection, is the sense of like someone that's handling their business, like has their responsibilities, has a fine balance between everything, business, mindset, home-wise, how he treats you and how he treats his friends, how he treats his mom, how he puts anyone that can put you before somebody else or anything like that's a turn on to me or whatever. I don't care if it's your mama. If she getting out of line, it's like, hey, that's my wife. That's mine. She belongs to me.
Right.
You gotta say that. I want to
Check her.
Right.
Yes,
That's right.
you know, so I'm here for that. A fine balance of respect and God fearing and just knowing who you are as a man to make me feel confident in letting you lead in
Yes,
something.
yes.
I think I love about a black man because I don't feel that comfortable with white. No,
Oh.
no shade.
Say it. It's my shit. I ain't on that. Look, because when I'm on the radio, I got it like, we on YouTube.
Okay,
Basically,
okay.
Say whatever the fuck you want to say on YouTube.
Okay.
Right. I agree.
I agree. I agree.
I
And
agree with everybody.
I feel like a lot of times black men feel like they're not heard, or they feel like they're not appreciated, or this, all of those things. So I definitely want black men to know, at least from these 5 women in this room, you guys do matter. Your feelings do matter, and you guys shouldn't have to just work and die.
Right.
You should be able to have fun. You should be able to live your life. You should be able to do all of those things. So
Right.
we support you. Why do you feel like some women have a hard time submitting to men? And we won't say black men. We'll just say men in general. Why do you think some women have a hard time submitting to a man?
It depends on their definition of submission. Some people are back in the Stone Ages with submission. It's different.
Well, what's your definition of submission?
For me personally, like, it comes back to the protection thing. If you're a good leader, if I know you're leading yourself in the right direction, then I know you're going to be able to lead us in the right direction. So, I don't mind, letting you lead. I want you to lead. That lets me know I'm safe. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man. So if I have to, and a lot of people thrive off the gender role thing. Like, I don't feel there should be gender roles. Like, there should be compromising. You know what I'm saying? Compromise with each other.
So you're not naturally submissive. It's a switch.
Naturally, I can be, but if there's someone that's in your life and he's really not, but you have to know who you have.
Tell the truth.
You have to know.
Do you know how
to know
what it means to be submissive?
No, I do. But like I say, it just depends on who you have as the man in your life. Because you can be submissive and you can sit there and watch your whole foundation crumble.
And I was just about to say,
You don't want your foundation to crumble.
Right.
So, I got your
That
back.
is manly.
You know what I'm saying? And I will submit if I, being that I need to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to need you to do what you need to do as a man without me having to tell. I don't want to tell you. I want to have an opinion, but I don't want to tell you what it is that you need to do. I need you coming in knowing.
I'm glad that you said that.
Right.
How can a man come in knowing what to do if he don't know you?
He has to already know what to do in his own life.
Correct.
before
But with
he
you, baby.
With me? I just,
You don't want to. So, and this is what I want to say that because I have this lovely lady here, and me and her have had a similar
It's a
conversation where I've said to her, like, I don't want to teach a man to do nothing because first and foremost, they're gonna use that against you. I said
It
that,
depends on
and I also
what
said,
you're teaching.
and it was a whole bunch of other things that I said because that was probably like peak angry black woman days. But shout out to Sean for that. But she was telling me, she was like, you have to kind of teach someone
them
how to love
treat
you,
Yeah.
how to treat you, and the things that you want versus just thinking that you a man, you supposed to know what to do.
No, you teaching it because I tell a friend of mine.
I'm gonna put the example.
Go ahead.
I'm putting it in perspective.
Okay.
So it's like, let's just say you're a nurse, or no matter what your job is, you have about 10 years, 15, maybe even 20 years of experience. You go to apply for a job. There's a 90-day training course you have to go through. Now, mind you, you've worked in this field, you have 20, 15 years of experience, but however, you're entering a new organization.
Correct.
They hired you with your experience, but now you have to learn their
Something
way,
new. That's right.
something new. So it's just kind of like, why we have to, if we can do that for a job, why we can't do that for
Why
a
would you
man?
not do it
You see
for
what I'm
your
saying now?
spouse, your mate?
Granted, they have to come with the basics.
The basics.
They have to come with
That's what I'm
that.
saying. Correct.
But you have to teach. Sometimes you have to teach people how
Have
to
to
love you. You have to teach your friends how to handle you, how to treat you.
right. That's
Every person that you come across, you have to teach them how to deal with
That's
you
right. That's
because
right.
we deal with so many different people that
On
have
a daily
different,
basis.
that have different
Yeah.
expectations. So it's like, hold on, okay, that's cool for that. But when you come here,
Right.
you know what I mean. So there's
That's
nothing
right.
wrong with that. And I just don't want. I hate the stigma of. I'm not about to teach no man. Well, why not?
I will
why
teach
not?
you.
How many times you gonna teach your child over and over and
Yeah,
over and over
that's
again?
right,
How many
that's
times you
right.
gonna teach yourself
But a lot of
over
men,
and over and over
a
again?
lot of men look at you like they'll say, well, you're not my mom and I'm not your child when you're trying to teach them certain things about yourself and it's like, or things that he may not know. Some men don't want you to teach them anything. They want to go out here and learn it and then bring it back, opposed to listening to you and then you be sitting up here like, that's what I was saying.
I wanted to ask you because I kind of heard you a little bit. What is your definition what is your definition of submissive or being submissive in general?
I think when people say like submissive, a lot of people feel like that's a walk all over you statement or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no one that's a 100% submissive all the time because you still have to be the leader of your life. You know, you're not walking around here just gullible, and anybody who's looking to be sheltered or taken care of or whatever the case may be. I feel like that's a totally different thing. But for me to be submissive to someone is to know my space and your space and the roles we play or whatever. And I don't really have a gender confining type of relationship or whatever. So my spouse just got a new job and now they make $175,000 a year. Whereas 2 months ago, we both made $85,000 a year. So now I'm like, so you paying mortgage? And I got side
conversations.
you know, like, and if that causes to be a little domestic and submissive, then you got your way, darling, you know? So I feel like, but at the end of the day, like, I'm still my own person. I'm still assertive in myself. I still know what I'm going on. And at any point that I felt like your finance mindset, your verbal abuse, your whatever is not in the swing of the alignment of what I need to be submissive to, I'm not going to do that to myself. So I think everybody has like a little different things or whatever, but I feel like everyone can be submissive to the right person.
Has to be the right person.
And you think men can be submissive?
I think in a relationship, especially in marriage, that there should be mutual submission.
Right.
Because
What do you mean by that?
mutual submission to me, like
We finna put this in a dictionary. Go ahead. Mutual submission.
So I mean, I can allow you to make major decisions and stuff, but you know, me as your wife, as your woman, you know, you should still also be coming to me asking me, hey, how do you feel about this?
right.
How does this make you feel? Are you okay with this and stuff? You should be asking because I feel like you wouldn't have been with me or married me if you didn't think, if you
I was
thought
able to make
I was
those
retarded
choices.
and
Right,
stuff.
Yeah.
that's right.
And you know, I might have some amazing input on different things that we have going on or that you have going on. So
And on his part, he was submissive enough to come and ask you
yeah,
what you think and how you were feeling about that and
Yeah.
take your thoughts into consideration so that you can later apply that.
Some of them
Exactly.
don't.
And some of them don't.
Some of them don't.
I make the decision, it's my money, it's my
Fire.
What?
We said some of them do. She talking about some of them don't. No,
We're talking about the ones that
we
do.
talking about the ones that do.
That's why dating is very important.
Yeah.
You have to date your person. And even when y'all become one, you still have to
So
date
are
your
you
person.
are you, for lack of better words, a nigga when you first meet a man that you like? Or are you a nigga? Or are you submissive? Are you docile? Are you what's up, nigga?
I'm me. And when I say I'm me, how did you come across me? Like, if you come across me, where were we at? What setting were we in? What was I doing? You know what I'm saying? And when we hung out, before we started dating, was I myself? You know what I'm saying? I'm me all the time.
Yeah.
I love to be me. And I want people who are with me to be themselves. I want to see you in your light. I don't want to see you sitting back in the darkness. Because I'm always forefront. I want you to be up here with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want you to be side by side with me. I don't want you to be a half an inch before me. And I don't want you to be a half an inch behind me. We need to be side by side. You represent me and I represent you. So therefore, I don't want you to, present yourself in a way that's going to make me look bad. And I'm not going to do you the same way. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
That's
so
my
easy
deal.
is when you're dating because if this person's telling you, hey, I'm gonna let you be Beyonce and Destiny Child and I'm gonna be Michelle Williams or whatever the case may be, you're like, well, no,
Right.
I want another Beyonce to sit on the side of me or whatever. But if I'm telling you that I'm not Beyonce,
I
don't
was
force
forced
me
to
be a
my
Beyonce.
situation.
Right.
So-
That's still not the right person for you, though, is it?
So-
So
and
that was
that was your
That's so
job,
you have
not
to
to
know
take
your
them at
boundaries.
first.
You have to have boundaries.
Yes.
Right,
Are you
right.
willing to settle for Michelle or
Right.
did you want another Beyonce?
You need somebody who can, match what it is that you're giving.
But
not even say match, but they have to be okay with who you are and what you're doing, and okay with doing things with you that you like to do. People, you can't just do things that you want to do all the time. You know what I'm saying? People can't just do things they want to do all the time. You have to, do things that each other like,
Compromise.
compromise.
I was just
like
about
you
to
said.
say, if there were two Beyonce's Destiny's Child, it wouldn't
It wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you needed Kelly, you needed, Michelle.
did.
Like my husband is like super laid back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always in the spotlight. I'm the one, I host events, so I'm always in your face. I'm always networking, mingling, and he doesn't mind that. He doesn't care to be in the spotlight. He's gonna show up to support and everything, but he's definitely a Michelle, but he has my back. Mm-hmm. He plays his position, and he doesn't allow me being out there intimidating him. It doesn't bother him. He know that, sometimes as women, we get in certain perks. He let me explore on that. If you had to...
He's very understanding.
So it was like, for me to be with someone that's let's just say even doing the same thing that I'm doing, I don't think that it would work for me. It wouldn't. I think that it's a good balance.
She's having a hard time struggling friends that do the same thing she do, let alone dating somebody.
What is your relationship like with your fathers, and how has that relationship with your father impacted the way you have a relationship with men?
Well, I'll go first. Everybody got too quiet.
I guess they had to think about the question.
No. Okay, so my mom and dad, they were married, but back in the days, I'm an 80s baby, so back in the days, it was very popular to date a drug dealer.
Oh yeah.
So my dad was the biggest drug dealer in Los Angeles. He was on America's Most Wanted. He was on California Outlaws. I would turn on the news as a kid and be like, "Oh, that's dad on the thing." And my mom was like, "Turn it off, turn it off." I've been in the dirt, laid down on the ground. My house been raided, all type of stuff or whatever. To where now, when I hear too many car doors shut and I think it's the police. I think our house is getting raided. I'm prepared for the door to knock down. I'm prepared for all of that. So growing up, I didn't want to date a drug dealer. I'm not getting my house raided. My dad had, once my mom and my dad divorced or whatever, I watched him whoop a lot of his girlfriends' asses. Oh, wow. I wasn't getting my ass whooped. I wasn't selling no drugs. He was pimping and prostituting girls and stuff like that or whatever. I wasn't allowing nobody to pimp, prostitute me or anything like that or whatever. So I don't want to say that he didn't teach me things that I wanted in a man. He taught me things that I didn't want, that I wasn't going for, that I didn't want in my life, or I didn't want to see that way or whatever. So anytime, I've been bisexual my whole life throughout college and high school, and it was always like a teeter. I dated guys for 4 years, I dated a girl for 6 years. I dated a guy for 5 years, I dated a girl for 4 years. It would be something like that. But every time I dated a guy, you can smoke weed, you can do whatever you wanted to do, but you needed to have a government job, some union, some something or whatever, because
some pension.
Yeah, some something. I need some life insurance or whatever, because that drug money doesn't last long, and you can't. It's not a lot that you can do that. Yeah, they have power and they watching you laundry and stuff like that. But back in the day, they wasn't that smart. They wasn't laundry, and they wasn't getting laundry mats and clubs. It was under the mattress. They had safes and bundles of money and stuff like that or whatever. So I lived in the suburbs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I knew my family was some gangster, some drug dealer, some whatever.
He was on a show of power, basically.
Pretty much, And so as I grew up though or whatever, I was like, okay, I want a soft girl life. I don't want to be laying in no dirt. I don't want to be whatever. Get out of pocket. I'll smack you in a heartbeat or whatever.
I get that.
I'll say whatever I want in
I
a
received
heartbeat.
that from you. Mm-hmm.
But I prefer not to. I feel like I lived it. I was raised in it for so long. I watched my mom fight people in the street. I watched my dad pull out guns, putting pistols in their mouth and tell them to suck it.
Oh my God, I've always wanted to pistol whip somebody. I know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just want to do it just one time, and then I'll be fine. And then I won't do it anymore.
I feel psycho. No.
No saying yes. I would love to just fuck out of here. Yeah. Give me my money, bitch. Okay.
She's like, okay, that was fine.
That's it. I'm done. Here you go. Get your money back. I don't even want it.
I just wanted that part.
She just wanted to live it.
Right. But no, as growing up, I just knew that wasn't the type of life that I wanted. So I wanted someone that was going to give me some type of security blanket.
Mm-hmm. So is that kind of how you dated? You have to
stability. I didn't date off of love or what you look like. It was stability. Mm-hmm. I have this, and what do you have to make sure that if I combine mine with yours, you're not blowing up my spot. You're not messing up what I have going on. You're not taking away from me. You're adding on or whatever. So my biggest thing has been stability, because to me as a child, it was a little too rocky for me. Like it was unstable. The raids, the jail, all of that stuff or whatever. So I date for stability. I can grow on. You can grow on me. I can grow in love.
You ain't that ugly. Come on.
Yeah, you know, we can make it work.
Come on. Turn the lights off.
No, I would say I didn't have a really steady relationship with my dad, but my dad was a player. And,
I get that from you.
Yeah,
somebody taught you here. Somebody taught you.
My dad definitely was a player, and it was just kind of like the way he set it up, because he had a wife and he had a mistress. And I'm like, I always thought in the back of my mind, if he really can combine the two together, that'd be something. But I never thought that
explains a lot about
I never thought that was
their marriage.
Yeah, I never thought that was possible, because I didn't know about the lifestyle of poly until later on in life. But I always like picked up my, people's person ways. But one thing, I did have a brother though. Like my mom did a really, really great job with my brother, and he the one who taught me everything my dad did. Like one time I was with my brother, and he was like, "Hey," he was like, "Hold on, don't ever embarrass me like that." I'm like, "What you doing?" I opened my own door.
Oh yeah. Real niggas not gonna let you open your own
He
door
said,
at all.
He said, "I see what type of niggas you fuck with." He said, "When you with me, like you slow down, slow down, let a man be a man, open the door." So my brother did, and that's why I was saying like there's not a lot of father figures or just like male stuff to real men to kind of like it's not common these days.
It's not. It's
really
not.
Because we don't necessarily just need the real men for the boys. We need them for our girls too.
Yeah.
Like for real. I'll go next since we just going, in a circle. I have a horrible relationship with my dad. I don't have a good relationship. It's very toxic. It's very toxic. That's the best word to describe it, actually. How it hasn't impacted my relationship with men, greatly. Actually, look at my previous choice in children's fathers. But I feel like now, or like with the last couple years, I have forgiven my father. Even though I've never really gotten that apology from him, and it still sometimes is hard for me to deal with. I forgave him, and not only did I forgive him, I forgave myself, because for a long time it was me who I was kind of upset with. Like I didn't trust my choice in men because my daddy didn't fuck with me. That was kind of like how in my thought process was. But when I forgave my dad, I forgave myself, and it's just the same niggas that I dated years ago couldn't even smell my fart now at all, not even a little bit. I definitely date different. I definitely like I'm being 100% honest. It's my show.
Sounds funny. Yeah.
It's my motherfucking show. I done told y'all.
That's what it just sounds funny.
And I feel like I've definitely attracted, a better quality of men. It's still a struggle for me still, the time you're dating. Like when I listen to you talk, I'm like, girl, you ain't there yet. Because I was where you was at a couple years ago. I wasn't there yet. We think we want to be in a relationship, but we really not ready for a relationship at all. And I feel like for me, I wanted a relationship a few years ago. I wasn't acting like I wanted a relationship. I wasn't dating like I wanted a relationship. I was just, I was saying one thing, but I was doing the completely opposite.
Correct.
And that really played a huge role on everything. But, I've forgiven that, and I'm not like out here like being a pimp or being a hoe and be like, cause my dad. I had to really just like, okay, you don't want that type of life no more. Then you some things that you have to change within yourself to get what you want, because it's not everybody else's fault.
Right.
All the time. It's not that nigga fault all the time. Yeah, he ain't shit, but you knew he wasn't shit. You knew that. You knew it. You saw it. You was on the roller coaster. You saw the flags. Yeah, that's my story on that one. Okay. This is Mo Squared, because I'm Mo, so this is Mo Squared right here. Okay, go ahead.
So I love my daddy so much, y'all. My parents divorced when I was about 10, but me and my dad, we real cool. My dad's the oldest child. I'm both my
your favorite.
I feel like I am. My sister, I know my dad loves my sister a lot too, and she's cool and everything. But I'm the oldest,
Right. The prodigy.
Yeah.
He was my dad first.
Exactly. But my dad is great, and one thing about my dad, and I thought about when you were talking about your father, it made me think about mine a little bit. My dad is probably the most financially responsible, smartest person I know. He is good. and he is smart, and he has given me so much great advice. I remember a couple years ago, I was like, Daddy, I got a raise, so I need to start putting money in my 401k. So how much should I put in? And he was like, well, I put in like 25 or so. And I was like, oh, like 2,500 a year or whatever? He was, no, I thought it was like maybe 2,500, I think a year or whatever I was saying.
But he meant every paycheck.
No, he was like, well, I put in like 25,000 a year. And I was like,
Daddy don't do, he on a different pay scale.
Yeah.
I don't do stuff like that. What you talking about? But my dad is always there for me. You know, like anytime I need anything, and he is there. Maybe about 2 months ago, I was going through like a real serious crisis. Like I was going through some real shit. And my dad, he was in Panama City, and my dad was like, I'm on the way. Like, I'm coming. I'm coming. Like, we coming right now. Like, so, like, I can't really do nothing for you but be there, but I'm coming. Like,
Do you think that's probably why you're like a serial relationshipper?
maybe, I think so. And my dad is a provider. You know, he's a big time provider. You go out with my dad, it could be 8, 9, 10 people. He gonna pull out his car. I got it. No, I got it.
Shout out to Dad.
Uh-oh, they gonna
Yeah, but that's
inbox. Like,
yeah, but that's my dad. My dad he is there for everybody. He's so responsible, and that's it.
I am a daddy's girl, y'all. I swear to God. My dad is 75 years old, and I'm his only daughter. He had some through marriage. Well, you know, they're stepkids, but
So it ain't real. Okay, go ahead. Cause she's like she had some through marriage, but they still kids.
Yeah, they
don't
still
even matter.
kids. Like he never had any with his wife. My dad would work. He would go to work, come home, read his paper, expect his dinner. You know, because he works hard and he pays all the bills. He paid all the bills. He was not in the home with me and my mom, but I would visit him every summer, every holiday.
And how do you think that relationship affected like your dating?
It affects my day because I hold that to the highest standard. Because, and I say that because it's like, that's what I was used to. Even though he wasn't in the home with me and my mom, he still made sure my mom did what she was supposed to do, whether he was present or not. So not only did he take care of me, he took care of my sister. And we have different dads. So, me in relationships, like I said, again, my dad was a hard worker. He was a leader. He had people working under him. The type of job that he did, and he stayed on this one job forever. Like, that was the only job my dad had. And I've been on my job now for 22 years. Stability. I love stability. I like a man who's stable. I don't want you running around all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
But I think most women, we like stability. We need
so
that. I think that's like one major thing.
So
But ladies, do you think that all men cheat?
No.
Yes,
I don't.
No.
I do.
Damn, the two married women. Well, you can't. Well, I guess you can.
I'm like,
I was gonna say you can't say nothing,
you
but
can.
you can. I ain't. I'll let in the court. I'll put it in the court. All right. So we have half no. We have half yes. Why? Why yes? Let's start with the yes. Why yes?
I feel like there's different stages in a man's life or whatever. There, at some point, he was a boy. He wasn't that smart. He wasn't that appreciative. He didn't know the meaning of a relationship or love or whatever the case may be. And so, yes, not everybody is to the point to where, first of all, I feel like should nobody get married until they're 50. I'm gonna be real.
How old are you?
I'm 33, 34.
Why 50?
And the reason why I say that is because in your 20s, you're still learning who you are as a person. By the time you get in your 30s or whatever, you have learned who you are as a person, and you need to explore that as a person, as yourself or whatever. In your 40s, you need to date.
That's when you date in the 40s.
Yeah, in your 40s.
Oh my gosh! But you got kids.
I mean, a lot of y'all are down here without the whole marriage thing. A lot of people ain't waiting to get married to have no kids.
But at 50, some of them are so set in their ways, they don't want to marry. They just want to be in a,
They want to be P. Diddy.
They're okay with just living together and things of that nature if that's what you're doing.
But I feel like that's a lot of the times at that moment it's because society puts the stigma on you that by the time you get in your 30s, you need to own your house. You need to be married.
Be married.
You're never
kids.
too
You're never too old
to do
and if you're not
anything.
And that's my point, or whatever. You're never too old to do anything, so why are we putting a label or a time online on anything or whatever? We're trying to keep up with society and what society feels like we should be doing. But long story short, yes, I do feel like men cheat, and they cheat in their 20s and 30s, and I don't think that they feel responsible or feel like settling down until their 40s and 50s. And that's when they start valuing women for who they are, not treating you like you're their mama, or the things that they didn't learn, or the things that they want to learn, or whatever. And just in the time span of the men that I have met and that I've talked to, plus when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're figuring out who you are, you're on your own mojo, and if you're a boss woman, if you're an alpha woman, a lot of men are intimidated by that. They want to feel needed. And if you don't make them feel needed at that moment or whatever, then they feel like, oh, well, you don't want them. When they're not in a space to realize with or without me, she has to have a life. You're not dead. You still got to survive. You still got to move on with or without that person. So you cannot be intimidated by the way that she's moving or whatever. And I just feel like men don't really mature until their 40s and 50s, to be honest with you. And women were already there.
Okay, so you 40 to knows because of your daddies. Y'all daddies is the reason y'all think.
Well,
Men
I'm
don't
not
cheat.
gonna say my dad did not cheat. I've heard that he was, you know,
I was like, girl, Papa was a Rolling Stone.
not my dad.
Most papas.
Not my dad.
She said not her daddy. Not my daddy.
Because watching him, you're watching him go to work, come home, go to work, come home. On the week, he didn't work the weekends. If he did, it was maybe an occasional Saturday. But if he did, he was at family house. You understand what I'm saying? He was at, where everybody meet up at, and they sit outside and they drink beer and they talk shit, things like that. So I'm watching him, but that does not mean he has not stepped outside of his relationship. No one is perfect, and everything is a mind thing. You know what I'm saying? You change your mindset, you can change your life.
Correct.
You don't have to cheat. It just depends on where you're at mentally.
No, but here's the thing. Cheating isn't always related to
Physical.
How you're being treated
how
at
you're being
home or
treated
your
at
spouse.
home or your spouse.
Right.
Sometimes it has no, there's a difference between a person that cheated and a cheater.
And cheater,
Okay?
right.
A cheater is someone
Who just
a
continues.
cheater is someone who is habitual.
Habitual.
But let's just say like, okay, your guy, he goes out, let's just say to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, he's a good, faithful man. Y'all, ain't nothing's good, nothing's wrong on y'all end. He goes out and let's just say hungover Pineapple Express. They did a lot of blow. God forbid. But I'm just saying, but they just had fun. Everybody knows what
Very
goes
good
on in
night.
Vegas.
Supposed to
stays
stay
in
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
You see what I'm saying? And he stepped out and had some fun. That I don't think that because that person had cheated in Vegas, I don't think that, and people probably gonna come to me in the comments about this, but I don't think that has nothing to do with at home.
Cheating in Vegas,
people-
that's the same thing.
But people know what they do. People know what they're doing.
I mean, yeah, but life has temptations. Let's face it.
It
like,
does,
I mean,
but you
it
have-
does
if
have
you're-
temptations. But I mean, so it's like you
Don't
said.
use it. He said he's not special. Don't-
Considering the environment that
Right.
you're in, I'm just saying like they can go off to. That's just like allowing your husband to go to Dominican Republic and expecting him not to get no $40 coochie. Like that's insane.
I do expect him to
I mean,
not
that's
get no $40.
insane.
But
That's
you hold
insane.
your, you hold
Like,
your
don't get-
expectations to, your
bring me
expectations
no
of him.
disease
such
back.
Don't,
that
I'm just saying,
point.
don't even think about it. Just say.
But
have
that's where the
fun.
trust comes in at. Do
Yeah,
you trust
I'm-
your man enough to
I feel like that's where the mental
No.
mindset comes
But
Why
that's-
they not
but
going?
that's what I
Because they
said.
know.
That's what I said. Everything is mental.
It is.
Everything is mental.
It
You can go over there and look at these beautiful women and they only charging $40. You know what? Okay, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You can.
Why is the pussy so cheap? They didn't think about it.
That's right. And why is she just throwing it at me? Like
But
sometimes
see,
she have
these are things that us women think about. Men
Right.
is not saying why it's
Yeah.
so cheap. Men is thinking like, shit, if it's 40, I want you and you. I got 80. Like, men are not thinking about that.
Some
Like,
of them.
Like,
Some of them.
like,
do.
She said, I'm trying to get the combo special. I don't know
I
those.
don't know. I just don't.
And you too. I need a drink.
I don't think.
I'm not saying like when I say all men cheat, I think like all men have cheat or have cheated. Like you
In
know
their
what I'm saying?
lifetime.
And I don't mean like someone just cheat. I'm not gonna paint a cheater as just such as malicious vile
Right, I
person.
get
That's not what it is.
I mean, it's not
I
what
get
it is. It's like, I mean,
I'm not saying he go out and cheat and you forgive him because he made a mistake. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Of course, we're human. We all make mistakes, no matter what it is. You understand what I'm saying? You can cheat mentally. He can cheat on you mentally by watching porn. People say that ain't cheating. It is. Because I'm a visual person. So if I'm watching porn and me and you are intimate, it's like it kind of takes away from me being more intimate, giving all myself to you, especially if I'm thinking back about this porn I just watched. Like, ooh, yeah, Mandingo over here was all ripped up, and then my baby might got a little, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, am I thinking about Mandingo or am I
Does it
actually-
matter?
It does to
long
me.
as you
It
know.
does to
I
me.
mean,
I don't be thinking about my nigga every time I bust a nut on that nigga. I'm gonna be honest.
I like to think about.
I'm gonna
if
pull
it's
out
good,
whatever needs to be pulled out to get that nut. Whatever thought.
I have a
gets
friend.
there, it's gonna get
I have a friend, and it feels like the first time every time.
I feel
Ooh.
like
It feels like the first time
Science
every
said I
time.
got a nigga for that. What you
Because
talking
I'm
about?
not watching no porn. I'm not thinking about nobody else. If I visualize a thing, I'm visualizing us last week. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Okay, then.
So-
Work your dick. That's right. Let them know.
Just saying, it
Hey,
can be
to
cheating in any
Latonia's
form.
dick at the house. She
Ain't no dick at the house.
Alright, she like, let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm single.
I'm just saying, I'm deep, y'all. I'm sorry.
I hope every man does not cheat because I'm telling you, I am not these new women who is okay with cheating. God damn it, I will beat your ass, I will beat her ass, and everybody else gonna get fucking beat. Let it be my husband. I swear to God, I'm beating her ass, her friend's ass, everybody who was in on the shit getting their ass whooped. I don't know if I'm mature enough for that yet. That might be why I'm still single. I don't know. I can't do it. Thank you. We're gonna switch
Hold
it.
on, but for the record, for the record, let's just say this.
Hold on, T said, wait a minute. I ain't with the shit.
No, because
Hold on.
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna
Okay.
be real. Let's get real.
Yes.
I have never dealt with infidelity in my marriage.
There you go.
That's why I think he cheated. Cause he never been caught. Like,
What
bro,
logic is
you
that,
took
T?
because no.
But when you
Come on,
rather
nah,
have
my
it that
nigga-
way,
like, my nigga too
he's the
fine.
type, like my husband, he's the type like
He's
he's
clean.
very quiet.
he's clean.
He's very
So why
quiet.
do you think he cheated though? Because
I
he's
don't know.
quiet.
I don't think he cheated.
It's like
He loves you.
It's
Yeah.
like, no, back in the day.
Some past,
Back in the day.
You know.
No, I mean he used to be a player. Like he used to, like before he got with me, like he used to be like he got around. He was the type that he'd go to the strip club. He wouldn't bother the strippers.
Right.
He was talking to the waitresses.
Right,
Like, you know what I'm
uh-huh.
saying? Like he was very, very promiscuous. Like before we got
So do you-
together.
in the back of your mind, does that still?
You know, it doesn't bother me, but
She's
it's
very.
like
I feel like T is very confident.
yeah, I'm very confident. Like it
Oh, no
doesn't
doubt.
it doesn't bother me at all. It's just I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm gonna ask him like, babe, just keep it real. I just wanna know. Like
You think he's gonna tell you the truth?
I don't know. That's what bothers me. Like
You
yeah,
would
then
never
why?
know.
I would never
You would
know.
never
But I mean,
know.
I really don't care to know. But I mean, cause we're like we have a semi-open marriage, so it's like when we talk about problems in our relationship, infidelity isn't one of them from
Okay.
either end, from either. You know what I'm saying? But I still in the back of my mind, even before we got to that
Right,
point,
right.
I just kind of wondered,
It's
like,
like
I mean,
too good.
Beyonce been cheated on, Halle Berry, like, you know what I'm saying? Not to
I
say
know the
that.
nigga that I'm talking to right now probably
You
some
know,
pussy right
I
now.
would
I'm gonna put it past him.
The reason why I don't really think that he's ever cheated on her because even with her introducing them into an open relationship thing and it being her idea, you know what I'm saying?
And she's the one who
And
gets
she's
the hoe.
the one that
Yeah.
pulls them, that does whatever the case may be. She encourages him
To have
They
fun.
went to the bank or whatever, and the teller, she's stumbling over her stuff or whatever, trying to talk to him, and he not paying no mind, no attention or whatever.
Yeah.
She like, you don't see
Because her
this?
husband
You know
is
why?
right.
Because
You don't
that's
see
my
that?
wife.
Go ahead, dude, go look. She looking at you. You better bag her. You better. And
He
he
has
like,
respect for
At
his
least
wife.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he does.
If you wasn't there, you
And I
don't
feel
know.
like even
But
behind
you
her
be
back or
respectful.
whatever, I feel like if he was doing that, her energy, the teller's energy, would have been differently as he's coming in. But it's still she nervous because he nervous and she trying to figure like, do you know that I'm flirting with you? And she like, nigga, she flirting with you. You need to.
Right.
And so
But I love that relationship
Yeah.
because y'all can be yourself. You understand what I'm saying? I love that because if, baby, you just look at her ass, baby, you're like, well, that's it. If that's y'all, be y'all. You see what I'm saying? I don't want you to be like, baby, look at her ass. You be like, what you talking about?
Right.
And you know you be like, oh, you cheating, because that ain't you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
I love that.
Well,
You know, I love it.
She's like, you cheating.
You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because it's like if he do something out of the norm, she'll be like, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Something ain't right, dude. You didn't look at that ass, but oh, you looking at some other ass. You know, that's just me. But at the same time, like I love that. You know what I'm saying? So, and some men do have eyes only for their woman.
We not dead. We got eyes. People's looking.
I think that's
It's okay to
maturity.
look.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
we
maturity.
visual people. It's okay to look. That's what you got eyes for.
Yeah.
It's okay to look and, but I don't want you to,
Break
you know what I'm saying? Don't,
Or disrespect.
just glance and kick me. What you say, babe? You know what I'm saying? Do that. But I would rather for him to be clean if he is cheating than messy.
Yeah, don't be sloppy.
Than messy.
Yeah.
Because the messy is what hurts you the most.
Yeah.
People go out here and get babies, they bring you diseases back, or you know what I'm saying? Or you somewhere you ain't supposed to be, and I know you supposed to be here this time, but you don't be messy. If you're gonna do it, Don't pill a princess.
I think a lot of women
Go
would
home.
be more okay with cheating. I'm not me.
Right.
I would be more okay with cheating if it wasn't like publicized, like it didn't come out that you was fucking somebody and this bitch is talking about, I got your nigga drawn.
Right. That's right. They need to
Yeah.
know who they're dealing with. If you're gonna deal with
Know your
somebody, deal with
place.
somebody who you know is not gonna give you all kind of drama and crap and that type of stuff. But I don't advise you to, step outside. But if you do, just make sure it's clean.
And you better be financially stable enough to be able to
Right.
outside.
Don't take money out of our household to go
I'm
do
selling.
something for somebody
Right.
else. That's what I
I'm
look
selling.
at it.
But I will shut up for a large sum of cash.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
Keep dating.
I'm vengeful, so I better not ever find out.
Oh.
Better not.
You heard what the
I
fuck
am
she
not
said.
mad.
And I know who her man is, and that's why I'm sitting there with a smile on my face, like you heard the fuck she said.
But the worst thing I can do to you is leave you.
I'm gonna leave you.
Yes,
but
take
I'm gonna hurt you
take
first,
my
though.
energy from you. You gonna be hurt.
That's
Yep.
the worst thing I'm gonna do. All that other stuff. Guess what? You're gonna get it back. I don't have to do anything.
Oh, I ain't gonna say
I
that.
know.
I ain't gonna say I ain't finna leave quietly.
Right.
I'm not saying
I'm
that.
not leaving. I'm buying up. I'm gonna hit you where it hurts.
Right. I ain't saying
I'm
that.
buying
I'm not
myself a
going through all
Tesla.
I ain't leaving.
I am karma,
I'm
bitch.
perfect.
You said in one of your events, you said that you did not build your husband up for somebody else.
So somebody else, nah. I'm nah.
No.
I'm a cheat back.
Right.
Right.
Cheat.
Luckily we don't have that. No, luckily we don't have that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Because we have we like I said, we express ourselves in different ways. But like, I mean, to be honest, think about that. Just say let's just say Summer Walker. Like beautiful young lady. Like, it's like you went from one rapper, next rapper is like it's gonna be a repeating cycle. Like just keep getting cheated, keep getting cheated.
That's right. Who wants to go through that?
Nobody want to go through that.
Right.
Like, so
So you saying she should accept you from one of them?
No, I'm not saying that. But if you're gonna still go, unless you're gonna choose a different type of man, then yes.
That's why everything
Unless
is
you're gonna choose
supposed
a
to be
different
a
type of man,
conversation.
yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
Wait. Are you saying that men with money should be expected that they're gonna cheat?
No, everybody cheats.
Even the broke.
Oh, even the broke ones.
Even the broke ones.
Yeah.
They are.
And that
That
makes
should
it
be your
even more
biggest
sad.
concern.
They are.
That
broke
makes
ones
it
cheat
even
more
more
than
sad.
anybody
When you're
else.
broke
That should be
and
your-
still
Actually, the married ones cheat the most. Anyway, we were talking about how a lot of women don't know how to be good friends. What's wrong, babe?
I'm just listening.
What?
I'm just listening. I'm listening.
So I just wanted to touch on that briefly. Like, how do you guys feel about that? I know in my experience, a lot of women, a lot of people who were my friend or were my associates, they get men, and then they just get gone. They get ghosts.
Yeah.
They get in relationships, they get ghosts, and then they just forget about you. And then when they get out of those relationships, they want to come back. Bitch, go back to your man. That's my motto.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I expect someone to be a friend to be less available when they're in a relationship,
Right,
or
yeah.
especially
I
marriage.
expect that,
I was with my husband for 11 years, so I don't have the same availability when I'm I'm a mother, a wife, and stuff. But I mean, I think you can still be a great friend, and
But
You
why not?
can. You
Can I
can
ask
still
you
check
why
on
you
your
don't feel like
friend.
you
Y'all
have
can
the same
still do
availability?
brunch. Y'all can do all
Right.
kind of things. You
Just
don't have to
simply
get
because-
goals just because you're a man now.
well, I'll say me, for example, I have a 16-year-old that is going through a whole lot right now. So my availability as a friend is very, very different. And I feel like as a mature person, as my friend, as someone I'm in a relationship, whatever, you should understand that. Because I'm gonna talk to you. You gonna know what's going on in my life.
Well, that's your child. I mean, like as far as relationship
Friends, yeah.
Like,
why do you
feel
have to go from being a friend
to an
just
associate
because you have a nigga?
Because you have.
Well,
you
I'm
have
not
your dignity.
saying an associate, but my availability is not going to be the same. And some of the things that I might have done as a single woman, I might not do as a married woman.
Can you give me an example?
Yes,
Like,
thank you, reporter.
there might be some.
I just want to
Give me an example.
I got you, Mom. I got you.
Right.
I completely disagree with everything you're saying.
I
but
know.
before I tear into that, I want to
relationship is
understand.
fresh
I want to
anyway.
understand.
It could be certain type of trips and stuff, certain type of vacations that I might go on as a single woman that I just probably wouldn't feel as appropriate as a married woman. Just
Appropriate.
Girl, that's some me
Yeah.
time.
Yikes.
I don't agree.
Girl, you still could pop your coochie in a relationship.
And that's what I mean
ratchet
when I say-
level could be,
Are you turning down your ratchet? Oh,
But
that's
how
why
did
I'm
you meet
single.
this man? Did he know you was ratchet before y'all got
I don't know how to
together?
turn down a
He
ratchet.
probably, I'm sure he knew,
But he
to an
knows.
extent. But I'm gonna turn my ratchet down a little bit.
But that's for your own understanding. But
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
friendship wise, like she said, they
Okay,
do
yeah, let's
get
go back
enough
to that
goals.
because I'm like, do I need to turn my ratchet down? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Friendship wise, people do get ghosts when they.
And I don't like that shit.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit.
I'm not gonna get ghosted.
I don't like it. My good friend started getting her some good dick. And the sad thing about it is she didn't even really like the nigga that much. Like she's telling me, because he was short. That's the only complaint this bitch had. I'm like, bitch, you love him. What are you talking about? But anyway, like I would be like, you wanna go hiking? No. I call her, what y'all doing? I'm hiking with woo. Oh, you wanna go here? No. What you doing? Oh, I'm doing it. Like, bitch, do I gotta fuck you to do that? Like, I don't like that. And I don't wanna ever become that friend where I get so engulfed in my nigga that I can't be a good friend too. It ain't even about being ratchet. Like, bitch,
It's about
you're like friends.
We was friends
It's a
before.
balance.
And we gonna be ratchet. And he's okay with respectfully ratchet. We're not jumping on dicks. You know, we're not pulling them out. We're just, we outside, turn on the headlights. It's okay.
I think it's only worse if you're not in a relationship as well. Because if you were in a relationship,
Then it wouldn't be so
when
much
y'all
time.
talk, y'all can be like, oh girl, I went here and I went here, but it's like when you both in a relationship, it kind of like evens, like you feel it more.
Like, I don't mind
But there
female
is
friends
gonna
telling
be
me
a
about her
lag.
nigga.
I
I don't mind that, but
But
don't
when-
change up on me.
I do.
Tell me all about your nigga. I love to hear how much your
about
man loves you. I love that.
But I'm saying he wasn't married.
That's
it'd be worse.
that's something I want. I aspire
I think it's the
to.
same
That
way.
gives me hope.
So if you have friends, you're single and she's
Go
single.
ahead. I want to hear the other married, the married, because you married and you said no, fuck that. Yes. Damn it.
I'm married or whatever, and I still go hang out with my friends, whatever. It's 20 of us that's going to Houston or whatever in June or whatever, and it's a girls trip, and I'm married to a girl, and you're not allowed. You know, like there's no spouses in this trip. This is a girls trip or whatever. My friend, she could be the one that's tongue out, twerking on headlights and stuff like that. Well, I'm the driver.
Yes,
I may not be the one
yes.
twerking on the headlights.
You're a part
but
of the
I'm still a part of
ratchetness.
the ratchetness,
Right,
or whatever,
right.
in some type of way. I may not feel like because we just talked about this a little bit before the camera started rolling about how I feel like once upon a time I probably would have been twerking on the headlights or whatever, but now I kind of feel like I've been in my more reserved life where I feel like that's not ladylike. Maybe you shouldn't do that. You should carry yourself like a lady because you're someone.
Maybe you
belong
should
to.
twerk on the
Are
headlights.
you with your
So you should
friends?
Twerk on the curb and
you know what I'm
safety.
saying?
You know.
But now, or whatever, when I'm hanging out with her, or we're in here and the music is playing, I might twerk once or twice in here. Who's in here? We're not in here. It's not a bunch of niggas in here.
Yeah.
I'm not stripping.
You
I'm
still
not
being
throwing a
respectful
dollar.
to your relationship.
Because I'm in a space with my friends though, so I should still be able to
In your happy
go hang
place.
out and with my friends,
Yes.
go be who I was with my friends, and because it's a fine balance.
They're your friend.
Everything is not
That's right.
your mom and your dad.
I hope my
Your mom and your
ex-best
dad's
friend
not
watching
your
this right
all
now. I
y'all.
miss you, bitch, and I wish, like, take the dick out your mouth.
Because I have a friend that's like that as well.
I mean,
and my favorite cousin
I had
is
to
like
stop
that.
talking to her. Like, I have not talked to her since, like, October of last year. Like, seriously.
Now, I just want to say this one last thing. My friend got divorced, and I threw her a surprise divorce party. we threw it at a spa or whatever, and I paid for everyone to get massages. I paid for a brunch for everyone to eat brunch and stuff like that. I paid for 10 people to come.
Cool, girl.
Now, one of my friends that we also invited to come and stuff like that or whatever, she's in between relationships. She's been on and off from one relationship, and then she met somebody 2 months ago, so they've been together for every day of 2 months.
That's too much.
And then she had somebody else from Boston come and visit her. So she picked up the person
That's
from
how it used to
Boston
be.
that morning. They was at her house. But the person she'd been seeing every day for 2 months, she got done with her massage, and by the time we got done to go down to the brunch part or whatever, the 2 month everyday person is there. And I'm like, oh hey.
She need to put that pussy in some rice because she has been doing enough.
I'm just like, Jesus.
Seriously.
Like, so for me, it was a thing of you couldn't take 20 minutes out of your day to come and kick it with your friends and have conversation with your friends. You had to use that as an scapegoat to get your other person to hear because you got somebody at your house right now currently.
Right.
I didn't think that was cool.
It's not.
Right.
So
Bitches like that don't prosper though. They really don't prosper.
Wonder why they go through so much.
They
go
don't
through too many
prosper.
rush. You're giving desperate. It's giving too much.
It's giving too much. It's giving your pussy.
just
It's not
too
gonna have any
much.
walls by the time it's done.
But it's no different with a friend like it is like in a relationship. Only difference is you're not
Fucking.
that
But
part.
friendship breakups hurt. Like
They do.
I'm
do.
still talking about it. Clearly,
Because
I'm
you
still
confide
hurt.
so much into your friend, y'all go through things together, and you do so much for them. It's hurtful when it's not reciprocated, or if they, get vanished over time, just because they got a man, or
It's the disposable part for me.
You know what I'm
You're supposed to be
saying?
accessible. I'm supposed to pick you up where I left you, and I'm
right,
never where you
right,
left
right.
me.
Right.
I mean,
So
'cause-
now I need to find time for you.
Right.
well, my thing, if I'm really your friend, then I expect you to make time for me, and I just like I would expect to make time for you.
So as a friend, if I tell you don't depend on that, don't expect that from me. I'm not that friend.
Then that means I'm gonna feed you by a long handled spoon.
Yeah, then we not friends then.
You understand what I'm saying? Basically, I'm gonna feed you by a long handled spoon. You wanna be associates? That's cool. Then don't call me your friend. A friend is an actual friend who gonna be there for you. Like you going through what you're going through, and I understand you have communicated with them and everything. But I would have been knocking on your door like, no, friend,
Yeah.
I'm here.
If it was the other way around,
What can I
definitely.
do?
She's saying
You know
Kennesaw.
what I'm
I
saying?
definitely have
Now
gotten
you
a
need your
list.
space, I'll
Kennesaw.
leave. But right now I'm here. What do you need? And then also she should have been like, you need to come out the house. I understand you're going through what you're going through. Let's go get something to drink or something. You still need to be
I'm very needy with my
you,
friends. I
even
still
though
need
you're
to
going
see
through what
you.
you're going through with your daughter. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing, and that's gonna be there when you get back.
When you get home.
You understand what I'm saying? Your friend, we all go through things, but you need a friend to be there to say, look, I'm here. I'm going through my shit, you're going through your shit, but I'm here because I know you're there for me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's
I'm very, very intentional with the people who I consider
That's
friends
right.
now.
That's
We
right.
have to be more careful because there's some people who consider me a friend and I don't consider them a friend.
That's right.
Like it's some people that will come tell me their life story, their deepest, darkest
And you
secrets.
be like, okay.
And I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, but let's just say if I was to repeat it, you disloyal, well, I don't owe no loyalty to you because technically you're not my friend, but I still have morals, so I'm not going to just run that, but everybody doesn't have moral value, and they feel like, that's why everybody think, she did me wrong. No, she didn't do you wrong. Like, y'all wasn't friends. Y'all were cool. Y'all were high-level associates. Y'all were Facebook friends. You know what I'm saying? But y'all really wasn't friends. So, like, seriously. So, it's like, I'm very interested. Like, I will say, hey, do you want to be my friend? Like, just like, cause I want to know, are you my friend?
Right.
And like, even when we talk to her, me and her have very clear boundaries on, hey, look, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. It was almost like an interview.
Right.
And I'm so tired, yes, cause I'm so tired. Like, y'all have known me. I give.
That's what
like,
I mean by telling them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
so
ain't
now
nothing wrong
I'm
with telling
very
them.
intentional about the people. Like, all my friends, I have an app. It's called the Parent.
Yeah.
Before we can even before I can consider you even a close friend, let's see where we vibe at.
That's right.
I'm not saying
Right.
this app is the end all be all, but it just kind of give me an idea of what to expect. And so I am very, very intentional about the people who I call friends.
Right.
Now, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
And
That's
I don't
right.
allow people to think I'm their friend.
Just because
You know what I'm
we
saying?
hanging
Just
out
because
every
I
once
don't
in a
want
while.
I don't want to
Right.
disappoint you when I don't live up to your friend level. So
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for all of this great,
y'all.
rich conversation. I was like, where is the word? All right. And thank you guys at home for watching. Of course, as usual, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now. We will be back with another episode. Hopefully, I'll have an all-men panel so we can just flip the questions. Again, thank you guys for watching and have a good one.